And welcome to Real Trade Secrets with Jacob McBee, brought to you by My Favorite Service Company, myfavoriteservicecompany.com, as we're broadcasting from the Bevy Hotel in beautiful Boerne, Texas. And I say welcome back to the show.
Thank you. Thank you all for being here. If you haven't done so before, like us, follow us, subscribe to us. Real Trade Secrets, we're happy to be here, continue to bring great real trade secrets. And, of course, brought to you My Favorite Service Company, where we're continuing to come up with great trade secrets, and we discover these things and offer great services to the community. Pleasure to be here.
It's always fun when we do those Q&A shows too, where we get to answer questions that people send in to you or just naturally have conversations with you. But you can deliberately call this number. It's 830-212-4222. Ask that question that maybe you've always wanted to get the trade secrets about. Maybe save you thousands of dollars by doing so, but we'll answer those questions right here on the radio.
Yeah, always do that. You can comment below. You can you can reach us by phone. Leave your questions there. However you so feel fit, or it's convenient for you. Of course, we're here for you and happy to do it.
Well, last week we had a very powerful show. We talked about what My Favorite Service Company did for the Nation family there, more specifically Brandon and Amy Nation. Brandon got the COVID, needed a double lung transplant because that virus attacked his lungs, and not only is recovering, but is getting ready to move back into a home, but needed his home to be hospital quality in the air. And guess what? My Favorite Service Company specializes in AC, heating, and air quality. Yes. And you went in there and you took care of that family. And so we honor you again for what you did.
Thank you. We're honored to be able to do it. And, it's our way of honoring them for being, who they are, staying strong and faith in their road to recovery, and being an inspiration to others out there. And so it's just a continual sign of improvement for everybody, but that's a continual blessing being handed down one to another, to another, to another. And you never know when it's going to end. So good friend of ours, Sonny, the other day said, "Don't wait too long to be kind, because you never know when it's going to be too late." And that really resonated with me.
Say that again.
Don't wait too long to be kind, because you never know when it's going to be too late. So when you see an opportunity, take advantage of the opportunity. Be kind. Just be kind. We talked about it, whenever we recorded the 9/11 dedicated podcast, and I was talking about, that there and how we can just, if it's in your heart, give that back to the community. Tell somebody thank you. Give somebody something. Buy them a cup of coffee. Hold the door from them at the convenience store or the gas station or the grocery store. Or, open the door for your wife.
That's a good idea.
For them. Tell her thank you, or for your husband. And thank you for what you do. If we just take more time to just be a little more thankful and happy, every day, it would just go a lot further, and it kind of. That culture breeds and it continues on and so on and so forth. And so with that, I will like to take just a brief second. I want to say, regardless of our opinions of the border, I want to say thank you to those that are down there and they're working, volunteering, whatever it is that they're doing down there to try to help in every which direction they may be down there, regardless of their political view. There's a lot of people fighting for one side and the other. But whatever the case is, we are now in a position down there where whatever it is, I pray that all lives are protected and that all people down there are safe and can get to whatever final destination is that is set for them. But thank them for being down there and trying to be a part of whatever it is that they are, and watch over them and the Lord protect them, please.
Amen, amen. That culture you keep talking about. Starts at the top, my friend Jacob McBee with My Favorite Service Company, myfavoriteservicecompany.com. And so you're very intentional about training your troops. Do you start the day with that team meeting and here's the vision for the day?
If not in person, we try to do something, via the FaceTime, or, we can do different go-to meetings, things like that. But yeah, we try to do something every morning, and sometimes it's simply a text message of inspiration and what to do for the day. But we always try to start the day off with that. Our culture is very important, and it's important that we continue to keep that up, because that's, again, like we talked about before, it becomes second nature to them. It's that muscle memory.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but and some people are kind of born with it, and some of them need that exercise every day to stay in that shape. And again, I think you guys do it very, very well. Again, as you practice what you preach, and you took care of this family, and you take care of veterans, and
Yes.
you hold the door open, my friend.
Yeah. And that culture is and we talk to the guys and the girls at the office all the time, and it's not always about work. It's sometimes, if you're unhappy at work because of X, Y, Z, you sometimes take that home. And then sometimes you take what's home and you bring it over to work. And so culture, I tell the guys, and we can sit and discuss it over and over again, how you feel now is how you're going to feel later, and how you're thinking now is what you're going to be thinking later. So we have to sometimes change those things and say, I'm going to be happy right now because I'm going to deliver a higher level of service. And it may be 140 degrees in this attic and I'm on my, back or belly and rolling in insulation. By God, I'm happy to be able to provide this for that customer. And so you can sit and swander in the negative, or you can, you bathe in the glory of the good there. And so that's what we really try to do. And when we're talking about culture, and there's so many things in life, and sometimes I say things that not everybody's going to agree with. It happens, but we have to look at everything and say, here's my decision. This is the direction I'm going. And when it comes to culture and putting a smile on your face and delivering the highest level of service, there's only one direction to go, as far as I'm concerned. And that's what we go over all the time.
Well, the reviews are starting to come in, Jacob McBee, of your service here, of what you're doing in the Hill Country, all over Bernie and the Hill Country, like I said. Do you have one to share with us by chance?
Let's go to the first one here. It's a 5-star review. Professional, punctual, quality, and responsive.
Yeah.
Along with value. My husband and I decided to use my favorite service company to install a new AC system. My son has very bad allergies with a long list of allergens that can leave him feeling horrible. We decided to invest in the system, and now we breathe clean, fresh, healthy air with a cool, comfortable home.
That's nice.
Another one is installation of ductwork was quick and very well done. Left the area cleaner than what they found it prior to the project. Very happy with the work and the value along with cost. Another one came in, says, this one's Sunny's just popped up here. My wife and I found ourselves with no air conditioning on a 90-plus degree day. When I called my favorite service company, it was transferred to a great representative in a live, friendly voice. He goes on to talk about what we went and did there at the home and finding the problem, which ended up being something very minor that didn't.
It was a wire.
Cost a lot. Yeah, just a wire. But whenever he called in, he was expecting the worst. And that one, it was also a friend. But and so often that's the case, and that's where we get these great reviews. Here's one. Absolutely great experience with my favorite service company. Technicians very professional and completed my AC install in a timely manner. My family will definitely be using them from here on out.
You're doing it.
It's the culture.
Yeah.
It's the culture. When you're out there and it's that muscle memory. And, we've been a part of, me, the team, have been a part of several projects about culture. We go through exercises. I'd like to share with you maybe a little bit about that. And these are some things that, again, it's not just about business, but let's just talk about it as far as family is concerned. Yeah. And so
I'll tell you what, let's take a break.
Yeah.
And I want you to get focused on that, and we're going to train you on how to have a better culture maybe in your business or in your family. Is that fair to say?
Or friends or business or wherever it may be.
All right.
Great exercise is a lot of fun, something you can do and get everybody involved. So, yeah.
All right. Well, don't go away. You're about to learn something very cool, and you're going to hear it from the expert himself here, Jacob McBee.
If you like and appreciate the tips and discussions we've had here and feel that's added some value, please go below and hit the like button for us. You'd be doing us a huge favor. In addition, if you'd go below and just make a comment, that's a great gauge for us to continue to bring great trade secrets to you right here on Real Trade Secrets.
We've kind of been talking about the culture that you experience, but you've been in business for 25 years. You've seen a lot of things that might influence the way you do business today.
Sure. Yeah, we have. Fun things you can do. So we'll talk about just a couple of projects I've been a part of. Several years back, I was actually the leader, came up with the idea and went through with the entirety of it. And we wanted to create a challenge coin. And the challenge coin was all about culture. So on one side of the challenge coin was the credo or the pledge, if you will, for the business.
Uh-huh.
And so that was the entirety of the one side. And then on the other side, we called it the wheel of success. And this company still uses it. They do a great job, and they've got great culture and do great things in what they do. And so on that side, the Wheel of Success basically was a referral to 6 different things that if you're going to come across a challenge in the trade, the work, the life that you're in, what would you do? And so any one of those 6 could actually give you a good direction, an answer in that. And so that challenge coin was then handed out to different employees and or customers along the way, and it was fun because then you pull it out and there's your credo, and then on the other side is the the Wheel of Success. And so again, this company still uses it, and it's a really neat thing for them and their employees, and it continues to breed that continuous culture. And so I commend them for that, and that was a great project that I led and was a part of. Another one was being part of the Ritz-Carlton. If you've been to a Ritz-Carlton hotel,
First class.
I'm sure you've heard of the Ritz-Carlton hotels. If you haven't been lucky enough to visit one, I was a part of a over 6-week project with another large organization, well over 1,000 employees in this one, and they'd hired the Ritz-Carlton to take them through this process. And the process is basically to create a pocket card. It folds into essentially 10 different segments. And inside of that, you open it up, and it kind of gives you an answers. How do I greet the customer? How do I do this? Whenever we come across a problem, what is my motto? What do I say during this time? What do we believe as a company? What I believe in my position? So it was a really neat project to be a part of, and it really, again, it continues to create that continuous culture. But in either one of those, just like what I'm doing right now, working with the team, it doesn't just happen and then you say, okay. We have culture and we have smiles and we do good things. It doesn't just happen and then it continues forward. You have to keep working at it. And that's an unfortunate part that in life or in business that sometimes we forget to do. Say we can tell ourselves, tomorrow I'm going to wake up, be happy, I'm going to start my diet, I'm going to do this. Or tomorrow I'm going to wake up and do a great job for my customers, and I'm going to get there early, I'm going to be organized, and my batteries are going to be charged for the job I've got to do, and all this thing. Or I'm going to get to the radio station and I'm going to play a bunch of happy music. And then in the turn of an event, it all changes for you. Like, well, man, I can't do that no more. They brought donuts to work, so I'm going to eat those. The heck with my diet today. And I just can't stand this black coffee, I want to fill it full of cream and sugar, or whatever the case is. And such small things take us off of our routine. And so like right now with the team, what I'm doing is going through some fun exercises that are continual reminders. So we're continuously reinventing the things. And I could say that you could do this at home with the family. You can do it with the kids, with your spouse, with friends, with coworkers, with your employees, with employers, wherever it may be. But you can really use this for many different things. And so the first step is we got together as a group, and I said, what is it that makes us different? Well, maybe as a family, you say, what makes us a strong family? Or what makes us a great football team? Or what makes us a great soccer team? Just take into consideration what it is you're doing. So, this is for everything. So, but for us, it was in the service industry, doing air conditioning, heating, and indoor air quality and duct cleaning, what makes us different. And so they'd go through and they'd tell me some examples. And so one of the things is, it says commitment to doing every job right. And so the next step after we went through and we came up with 14, I stopped it at 14, because we ran out of paper there. We came up with 14 great examples to what makes us different. So the next step is, what do we do that supports what makes us different? And so then again, is the football team or the soccer team or is the family or is the group of friends or the husband and wife and husband, wherever that may be, what do we do to support that? So we can talk all the talk, but how do we walk the walk?
Yeah, or exercise.
Right? So here's the feature of what it is we're saying, but what do we do to support that? And that's where you talk about the additions too. And that's where you walk the walk. And so again, some of the examples for us as far as the company is concerned is, we know how to use the technology we have and make sure that it's always charged and ready. So they go into the extensiveness of what it is that they're saying. So there's that one thing, they use technology. We know how to use the technology, and we make sure that it's always charged and ready. So we can have all these great third-party verification tools, but if your iPads and your iManifolds and your IAQ monitors are all dead and not charged, it's no use to you.
Yeah.
Another one was the trucks. They say, one of theirs for us was the guys and girls in the room. They said, we have a new fleet of vehicles that is ready to go to the jobs at all time and reliable. So then you immediately turn over and say, but what else? Is it fully stocked? If it's not fully stocked, but it's nice, clean, neat, and new, what does it matter if you pull up to the customer's house? You don't have what it takes to fix their air conditioner or air quality.
Right.
We got a new fleet, but it's all filthy, dirty, and disorganized, and you're rummaging through it and can't find nothing. That's pretty invaluable at that time. Or what if you got a brand new vehicle, but you drive it for 25, 30,000 miles, which we on average put about 37,000 miles a year on our vehicles. We'll drive between 30 and 40,000 miles, let's say, in a 12-month period with our service vehicles. If you drive it for the year, or let's just say the summer, and you don't get the oil changed, you're going to start having mechanical problems. Or that 40,000, 50,000 mile mark, maybe the tires need to be rotated and or changed, and your tires are bald. You don't pay attention, you have a flat tire. Well, that new reliable vehicle is no longer reliable. So you look at it and you say, okay, you say we have a reliable vehicle to get to the customer's home. You say we're the best football team because our quarterback is amazing and our wide receiver is the best, all state and so on and so forth. But if the rest of the team isn't blocking and tackling the way they're supposed to, it's not relevant. So you look at the main thing, say what makes us different, and then on top of that, you say what do we do to support that? Here's the talk we talk, and here's how we walk the walk.
All right, I'm going to add something to that then, because I know this about you guys. You just talked about charging up your iPads and all your equipment, all your gear there too. But you also believe in keeping your employees charged, and that even means saying, you know what, guys, let's call it a day and meet me out here. We're going to go celebrate here. Or we're going to go shoot a bird or something like that. Not shoot the bird. We're going to go dove hunting or whatever that looks like, because again, you're investing back in these guys, and that has to do with the culture of them guys saying, I can't wait to get to work today. Even though, good Lord, what you guys do are standing out in the summer of the hill country here with the sun beating down, and you're sweating, you're wearing the long sleeves and working really, really hard, doing the real hard labor to keep the hill country comfortable. Yeah. You value in that, and you invest in your guys and create this culture. And so, man, if I'm a guy, I'd like to work for you someday. Are you hiring? Can I start?
Absolutely. I think you kind of do in a certain sense anyhow.
Well, I am working for you here, but not that way. Right. But as far as working for you directly, man, I think you're a place to be. Yeah. How can someone find you to say, hey, are you hiring?
Absolutely. You call 830-212-4222, 830-212-4222. Or go to info@myfavoriteservicecompany.com, and you can shoot us an email. Or if you go to the website, there's actually a text-to-chat line. You can get on there also. And so any which way you look at, we're happy to help you out. And Baron, I'd like to leave the listeners and the watchers here that are here on the podcast with us today to look at some books. I'd like to recommend some books to them. So I've made a short list of some of my favorite ones, and I think they're very important. If you're going to continue to see, you are working for me.
I am. See,
you have the list over there. So anyhow, and so going back to what you had said earlier about the employment, I am real happy to be an employer that we all say my favorite. And so I tell the guys, if this isn't your favorite place to work, we've got a problem. What is it that we're not doing right for you? Because if you're not, if this isn't a favorite place to work, then you're not going to be the customer's favorite to receive work from, and it just goes continuously from there. And so that's all part of the challenge.
Good culture.
We have time to read these books right quick?
You got 1 minute, sir.
Okay.
You can't read the whole book. Just give me the titles.
Talk about current exercise. So, Clockwork, Mike Michalowicz. Relentless, Tim S. Grover. Extreme Ownership, that's one of my very, very favorite. I've listened to it so many times. Jocko Willink and Leif Barban. Green Lights, also I've read several times with Matthew McConaughey. Value as a Service, Rob Bernstein. And then Winning with Tim Grover also is a great one. Tim Grover was actually the personal coach and trainer for Michael Jordan, several other large, very, very famous and successful athletes. But all those books there basically are about life examples, how to do better, how to win, and to keep a positive mindset.
But you also surround yourself with good people, and that includes our friend Sonny Melendrez there too, who also pours into. He comes with his whole Disney background, and that's been inspirational for both of us.
Personal friend and mentor,
Yeah.
and also customer.
Me too. Have a great weekend, Jacob McBee.
Thank you so much, y'all too. Enjoyed being here. And don't forget, if you like what you've seen here, you like what you've heard, and you've enjoyed it, please, follow us, subscribe to us, like us, and add some comments in the bottom. That's our way to continue to bring value to you, to bring great value to Real Trade Secrets, and to deliver a great show to y'all on a weekly basis.